Hi guys, so today we're having a look at the blending tool from About Face. There was a couple of items I wanted from them, but I restricted to this to see how it goes. They've got glitter brow products, which I think is so cool. They don't have any my colour, so sad times. So this is £12, and the description, I got this on Cult Beauty, but the description is super soft, latex free, and with, as anyone that's used a beauty sponge before will likely recall, exceptionally necessary antimicrobial properties to stop the growth of unwanted bacteria in its tracks. The blend tool seamlessly bounces out complexion products for a flawless base. Designed to be used wet or dry, meaning it can be used to effortlessly apply and blend powders, creams and liquids within your makeup routine. This cleverly shaped sponge features a unique finger pocket which will prevent slipping and offer serious precision even around the eyes and nose. For long-lasting full coverage glam, try using the sponge to press powder into your skin when you're baking, or for a natural no makeup look, dab and diffuse your favourite liquid highlighter onto the highest points of your face. Now, I'm going to have a look at the About Face site, because on the packaging that this came in, it tells you specifically to use it wet. It doesn't say to use it dry. And it describes it as a finger slipper for priming or setting, and it's $10, so it's actually cheaper than getting it on Cult Beauty, although by the time you import it, it might not be. So, a velvety soft touch sponge engineered to gently blend primer or makeup evenly on the skin, and it doesn't say anything else. It doesn't say about wet or dry, so you know, slight confusion. It does have quite good reviews of the 4 people that have reviewed it. 3 of them gave it 5 stars and 1 gave it 4 stars. Let's see what the 4-star person said. Okay. I'll tell you, they had the same issue I had, but you will see that in the application section, which is here. Right, so let's get started. I'm using 2 different foundations mixed together just now, so I'm just wiping off the excess from what I used to mix it because it's just easier that way. So we're going to start with this dry and we'll try it out wet as well. I've mixed quite a lot of foundation because I don't know how much this is going to like absorb. So straight off, if I pull like that, this is kind of coming off, which I don't love. I feel like I'm having to hold like that, which I don't think was what was intended. I mean, if I just dab at this, it's getting an okay finish actually. My skin is not good just now, so I need more than an okay finish. See, this is awkward as well. Look at the angle I'm trying to get my hand out to do my under my jawline. Okay. We're persevering. We're persevering. We're persevering. Obviously I'm not going to be able to try this dry with concealer because it'll be wet. For some reason I thought this would be good for getting a little crease at my nose, but it's not. I feel like I'm pressing quite hard to get in there. Okay, I mean it doesn't look like it's absorbed that much foundation. Until I squeezed it. Having squeezed it, it's absorbed quite a bit of my foundation, so I'm going to go and dampen it because that should stop it absorbing as much foundation because the space is taken up with the water, but we'll see what it does with the finish of the foundation. Okay, we have wet the blend tool, and it did indeed grow, and now there's even more room for my fingers, so I might have to put more fingers in there. I heard it. Right, so let's see how this goes. I'm going to stick to patting because, like I said, that sweeping motion was pulling it off my hand, which is kind of counterproductive. So straight off, if I was going to compare this to, say, a beauty blender, you know, just basically another sponge wet or dry thing. Obviously you get a good grip on a beauty blender. You can swipe to blend or pat to blend, which makes it a bit more versatile. I actually think the dry side looks nicer. I mean, it's got a fuller coverage, which is to be expected because there isn't any water in the mix. Water will, of course, water things down. But this feels nicer when it's wet, so there's that. I'm going to try and build everything up so it looks nice and even. And then we're going to try concealer. I'm a bit apprehensive about doing my under eye concealer. I had thought, oh, it's got that little point, it'll be, but actually that ridge on the edge, it's quite pointy. Like, not the product you want to be blending with. So I mixed possibly 3 pumps of foundation and I used all of it. All of it. So that's not great. Let's see what the... So the sponge has still absorbed quite a lot of product. So even when it was wet. Grr. Okay, so under eye corrector. Why am I nervous about this? What's the worst that can happen? Just realising that was a little black fleck that I wiped off my face, and this is the only black thing that's been near my face, so strange. Okay. So yeah, that ridge I can definitely feel. Definitely feel contact from that ridge. But it has blended out nicely, so there's that. Slightly poked myself in the eye there. Because like, I feel more like I want to use the side of this. So look at that ridge. See what I mean about how it's very pronounced. It's gathering up product. It sticks out beyond the kind of surface that you want in contact with your skin. Let's try the rest of my concealer. So I'm just using a Juvia's Place Magic Concealer, and as ever I use a lot of concealer. I just like to pretend my skin doesn't exist. Spot here, spot there, 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 spot there. You get the picture. That's just a situation. Doesn't even get called a singular spot, it's a situation. Anyway, it's a good look. So now what I'm doing is I'm almost like doing this with my fingers inside so that I can get a bit away from the edge, which I feel is probably going to distort this guy long term. But it's keeping that ridge away from my eye. And we're cool with that. So one of my thoughts looking at this online was I initially thought it'd be better if this was like a band around your fingers rather than a pocket with an end on it, because I feel like this is a whole load of product that you're not getting to use. like I thought you would be able to flip it and use that for large areas. But this thing's plenty big on its own anyway, without being able to use the wider edge. And actually if I was using that really wide end, God knows how much product it would be absorbing. So I definitely feel like I get more precision with my brush, right, straight off. Or with a beauty blender where you can actually use the point on it to get a bit more precision. And this thing's just kind of flopping all over the place now. It's quite difficult to get in around my piercing as well. Okay, I've also pulled out a cream contour. We're going to see how it does with the kind of precision blending, as in not just trying to get my entire face. So this is the She Glam product. I've got a review on this if you want to see it. Let's have a line. And a way higher, whoops, line. Precision blending without precision application. It just looks quite dirty now. So I feel like because I can't swipe, this is still quite, you know, in a line. I'm going to be a bit more circular tapping this side out. Again, my thumbs came back in to kind of hold this in place. It feels like a flip-flop, okay? You know where like every step you take your toes grip in to try and like hold them on? My thumb is doing the job of the toes. I mean, it's okay. I feel like I get a better job with a brush for that product. Now, if I'm right, this was advertised that you could use it with powders. Does it say so on the box actually, but I thought it did online. I'll double check. Okay, so I mean it does say on the package that you should use it, you know, lightly wetted rather than dry. So, you know, we tried it both. I'm sure I'd read online that you could use it dry. I may have been wrong. We'll double check. Put it in the down bar. But at the moment, you know, my makeup is on. I still need to set it, but it's on. It is blended. Yeah, I prefer my brush. I'm sorry, I prefer my brush. It does its job, but I feel like I had to work around it rather than it doing work for me, which sounds like a really petty distinction, but there's so many things that it's easier with. I felt like I was having to grip extra because what they've put in is the equivalent of the handle. Doesn't really do much. It's, you know, boop. If I had 3 fingers in it, boop. Yeah. So, you know, it's not that secure in terms of how they want you to hold it. You end up having to put your thumb in the way. You can't use a huge chunk of the surface area of this. It absorbed a lot of product. This little ridge around the edge I just find really, really weird. I don't know why they done that. I mean, if they had to have the join, they could have had it on the inside. Like if you turned it inside out like that, which I guess I could do. In fact, it would be quite sensible to do that, because then you could use it twice before you have to like thoroughly clean it. But for me, no, I don't really see myself reaching for this again. I am afraid. So I'm going to go off and finish the rest of my makeup. If you have any questions about this, leave them down below. I will get back to you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.